Hey traders, this is Jeff from ZenTrader.ca with a market timing update and just where we're at in the cycle of this last upswing that we're in. So here is the chart of the NASDAQ. This is a 60-minute chart. Basically, since my timing signal turned bullish, we've basically done a whole lot of nothing here. We've pretty much just, it's a sideways consolidation is what it is, which is probably one of the more bullish consolidations. We're not actually giving up anything. It's actually even better on the NASDAQ, I'm sorry, on the Dow, which I don't believe I have the 60-minute view here. This is just a chart of the NASDAQ with the three indexes below with the Keltner channels around them, and you can see here that we're all three in the upper meaning between the middle and the upper, and we're actually even above the upper Keltner channel on the Dow Jones, and we're right there at the S&P. So this is a very bullish market that we're in. I don't really see any reason to be short or trying to get short right now. There's really no signs. It's not like we have new highs, a pullback, and then a double top or anything. I mean, the Dow actually broke out of its range that it's been in, but I believe this was a new 2013 high, and the Dow has been the laggard between this and the NASDAQ, and now that it's taken a more leadership role, it's good. I mean, it's a good sign for that the markets can continue higher. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of bullish stocks show up on my momentum screeners. A lot of stocks reacting very positive to earnings. Google, this is one stock that is broke out on earnings, has had a sideways consolidation. This is a very bullish chart. I wouldn't be surprised to see this pop as soon as tomorrow. It just has a look like, I'm sure this is a 2-hour chart. I generally use a 4-hour on Thinkorswim, but I can't show that. And it looks even more bullish on a 4-hour chart. I just like so much about this chart, meaning the volume, the catalyst. This is a stock that we're watching on within our Trade Within subscription service. I fully expect this stock to be much higher 1-2 months down the road from here. Another stock that is behaving quite bullish, which I think is kind of flying under the radar of a lot of traders, and the reason I say that is I don't really hear a lot of chatter about this, and maybe that's just as good. You know, after having a pretty significant pullback in 2013, it's slowly climbing out of here, and this also has a look that it really wants to go back here and challenge these new highs. I mean, it's probably going to take until mid 2014 to get there, but you know, it's got a nice double bottom here, nice rally into resistance, sold off on resistance, recovered and pushed through resistance. I like the RSI. I mean, we've got a little bit of negative divergence here, but you're always going to get that once in a while. I see nothing to worry about right now. And it's just, you know, between stocks like this, Google, I have a full watch list on, like I said, the Trade Within, meaning so that what that tells me is that stocks are responding to earnings, they're liking what they're seeing, they're holding the gains, and they're really following through. The last chart I wanted to talk about was TLT, and I continue to believe that bonds have put a top in. I believe this is probably heading down to 95 before it finds any meaningful resistance, or it may just slice through there and keep going down. But I don't think that we'll see a revisit to these highs for a very long time. And this is coming from a bond bull for quite a while. You know, when years ago, people were saying bonds were overbought. People were saying bonds were overbought back here and back here. But when I look at many of the time frames that I look at, and with some of the indicators, I really firmly believe that bonds have, you know, you can stick a fork in them. They're going to be down to sideways, I think, for a long time. So continue to watch this if you're interested.